morning students. We will continue our discussion of arrays and today we will talk about multi-dimensional array. So first of all, what are multi-dimensional arrays? See, till now we have seen linear array. Linear array means we have array which is linearly arranged. Elements are one after the another, isn't it? The index is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is, arranged in a linear fashion, one after the another. What happens in multi-dimensional arrays? We maintain such linear, linearly stored array multiple times, and that entire arrangement is called one array. Are you getting it? Suppose I'll show you pictorially what happens in multidimensional arrays. Each linear array is called a row. This is row 1. Similarly, we maintain a different row, that is row number 2. Okay, so this is called a multidimensional array. The number of rows and the number of columns define the size. So here the size is of what? We can name the array as array 1 with whose size is what? Numbers of row is 2 and number of column is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are the column. Column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5. Okay, so we have 5 columns. So this is the size of the array. Now, how indexing is done? As I told you very clearly before, that array indexing always starts from 0. Okay, array indexing always starts from 0. So the number it starts as, this is what? Element 0, 0. This is element 0, 1. Why we are calling 0, 1? Because this is in the 0th row and first column. Okay, this is 0th column, this is first column. So this is 0, this is 1. This is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Okay, the indexing always starts from 0 in case of arrays. Okay, so this is 0, 2. So this is element number 0, 3. This is 0, 4. Similarly, this is element number 1, 0. This is element number 1, 1. This is element number 1, 2. This is element number 1, 3. And this is element number 1, 4. Okay. This is how indexing in multi-dimensional arrays takes place. So I will just go through it once again. In multi-dimensional array, multiple linear arrays are arranged and together we call it a multi-dimensional array. Indexing starts from 0 and 1. Here we have multiple rows and multiple columns. Okay, so this is more or less about multi-dimensional array structure. Now we will go through how to define it, how to declare it, how to initialize it in our actual codes. Okay, so we will see how to initialize or declare a multi-dimensional array. So usually we define it as int. Dimensional arrays int. Suppose the array name is A and the size is suppose 2, 3. For simplicity, I am taking an array with 2 rows and 3 columns. This is rows. This is columns. Okay. So now we can define it as such. For initialization purpose, you can directly hard code it. So I will give the elements as, first we will define the rows. By rows, each row is defined first, initialized first. So suppose we have, in each row, there are 3 columns. That means 3 elements. Okay. One row consists of 3 elements. Okay, that is common sense. So suppose 3, 5, 8 I gave. Now how many number of rows I have to define? 2 rows. So second row will be, rows are separated by comma. Then again I can say 10, 15, 18. Okay. basis, I have to initialize each row. Okay, there are two number of rows, so I have to initialize both the rows. Okay, and in each row, how many elements will be present? That many as the number of columns are there. Okay, if there are 3 columns, then in each row I have to define 3 elements. Okay, so this array will, the structure will look like this. The memory will be allocated, and 3, 5, 8 is the first row, and 10, 15, 18 will be the second row. Okay, I think now it's crystal clear. If you have any doubt, you can post it always. Okay. Now we will move towards finding the address of array element. Okay, how to know that? Suppose, what is the address of 10th? Okay, 10 का address क्या है? Okay, what is the location in which 10th is stored? Similarly, if there is a linear array of 10 elements, suppose the 5th element, what is its address? Okay, we can always find out in case of arrays. See, in case of any linear arrangement, no, we can always, reduce the address. We can know the address by some means of calculation. We will see how to obtain the address or the location of any element present in a multidimensional or single dimensional array. We will discuss it now. So now we will discuss about address or location of array elements. Okay. So usually what happens is the aim is to find the location of an element. Suppose given is an array of, suppose 6, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6 elements in total. 10, 18, 17, 13, 9, 16. Suppose, just for the sake of taking few elements I have taken, I want to find the location of 13, this location. How to obtain it? How can you say? Okay, so for that matter, we need to know the address of the first element. This is the address of the first element, and it is called base address. So what is base address? Base address is the address of array, or we can say address of first element of the array. Okay, so it is same. Address of an array means the address from which the array starts. That is the address of the first element of the array. Okay, so that is called base address. Okay, we need to know the base address in order to find the location of any other element in the array. Okay, now one more thing we need. This is the first thing we need. Second thing we need for calculating the location of 13 is, what is the size of each element? Okay, suppose this is an integer. What is integer size? How much one element is consuming in an array? Okay, so that is called size of data type. So what is this data type? This is an integer type array, as we know. So integer usually take 2 bytes or 4 bytes. It depends upon the architecture. So this is usually given. The base address and size of data type is usually given in the question if the question is on how to find the location of nth element in an array. So usually these two must be given because we need it to calculate this. Okay, so it may be something 4 byte, usually standard is 4 byte is the size of an integer type array. Now we will go through few questions so that you have clarity on how to find this actually. Okay, so here the question is, suppose given the base address is, suppose the given the base address is 1000. Okay, this is base address is 1000. This is given in the problem, and we have to find the location of this element, and given is size of DB is data type. Sorry about that. Size of int is suppose 4 bytes. So I'm just giving you the brute force method कि कैसे हम calculate कर सकते हैं. Then we will go to the formula. So this is taking 1000. This will be stored in 1004. This will be stored in 1008. This will be stored in where? 1012. Isn't it? 4 bytes. Each integer is consuming 4 bytes. So this is 1012 and this is 16. This is 1020. Isn't it? So this is the location where 13 is stored. What is the location? Answer is 1012. Now if you want to calculate it through a formula, suppose the array size is suppose 100. Now you want to calculate the position of 88th element. How can you do this? Can you continue this? For that long it's not feasible, right? For that matter we need a formula, a common formula through which we can calculate any given element location. Okay. So the formula is location of, suppose array is n, location of which element we want? Nth element, suppose. So the location of array name is ARR, suppose ARRN is, what is the location? First base address plus, then what we have to do? Nth, the one that we want to find, n minus start index into what we have to do? Size of element. Okay, so this is the formula. To find the location of nth element, what we have to do? We have to follow this formula. Base address plus n minus start index. Generally, actually always, until and unless specified, start index is by default 0 because array indexing always starts from 0. Okay, so n minus start index into size of that element. Each element occupies how much? The size as given. Okay, so putting this scenario in this formula, let's see if our answer matches. So base address is 1000 plus n. What is n here? Third element, isn't it? 3 minus start index is 0. 3 minus 0 into size of each element is 4. So 1000 plus, it comes down to 12. So 1012. See, we got the answer. So this is how we calculate the location of an element in an array. Okay. Similarly, we can also do this for extend this idea to multi-dimensional array. So based on the arrangement, how we are indexing, we can calculate the location of element in a multi-dimensional array as well. But this is beyond your scope now. Okay, you may be studying it later, or if you are interested, you can ask me personally. Okay, so this was more or less about multi-dimensional array and finding the location of an element within an array. So from the next class, we will continue. This ends here actually. The array portion ends here. We will, start a new topic in the next class. We will start with stacks and queues. Okay. So first I'll make sure that you understand stack fully. After that we will move on to queues. Okay. So this is it. And if you have any doubt related to this topic, you can comment in the comment sections, or you can personally WhatsApp me or call me. You can reach me via mail as well. Okay. So this is all for today. We will start with stacks in the next one.